Dave, can you please call the roll?
Sure. Alternate Commissioner Salmieri. Alternate Commissioner Gaida. Alternate Commissioner Ma.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Caird.
Here.
Commissioner Tedesco. Commissioner Sewell.
Yes.
Commissioner Coles.
Present.
Commissioner Britton.
Present.
Commissioner Chaplinsky.
Here.
Vice Chair Walowski. And Chair Hammersley.
Hammersley's here. I did hear from Commissioners Wolowski and Salmieri that they would not be here tonight. We will sit Commissioner Ma for Commissioner Wolowski, and we'll sit Commissioner Caird for Commissioner Tedesco. With that, we have a roll. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Could all remain standing for a moment of silent reflection, please? Thank you. All right, looking for a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting on October 1, 2024.
So moved.
Commissioner Britton with a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Coles with a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item number 7, Commissioner discussion. Is there anything to report? All right, seeing none, Chairman don't have any comments, so we're good. We'll move right into the public hearings. We did receive a request with regards to items 9A and 9B, Hoist Real Estate LLC, for a table on those two. There was some mix-up on the notification requirement. Can we get a motion to table those two items?
Make the motion.
We have a motion from Commissioner Britton. Do we have a second? Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second.
Yep.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those two items are tabled. Item 9C, we also, well, this one is an open public hearing. We had asked the applicant for a site plan. She had indicated that she might run into some problems getting that with staffing, and that possibly not be available until our next meeting on November 5th. I will allow anyone in the public who'd like to testify on that to do so at this time. But other than that, we'll move past this one. This is item 9C, Allison Moore Quinn, Everlast Energy LLC, special permit application to build a ground-mounted solar array of 104 panels subject to 1C, 3D, and 7B, 23, property located at 340 Winding Ridge, zoned in an R80 SPU 696. Is there anyone in the public who'd like to testify on that application? Okay, seeing none, we're going to leave this public hearing open because we're still waiting for a site plan, and if we close it, we can't accept that site plan, so. Okay, moving on to item 9D, Robert Blichette, special permit application for places of worship subject to 5H1, property located at 1610 West Street, at the Sikh Temple. This is owned at the West Street Business Zone, SPU 705. The applicant's representative is here. If you could just state your name and your address for the record.
For the record, my name is Rob Blanchett. I'm with Borghese Building, 2155 East Main Street in Torrington, Connecticut. We're continuing the public hearing from last week. There were a few items that we had to clean up, and I just wanted to submit this for the record. One of the items was to do all the maintenance to the catch basins and the oil water separator and the detention basin on site. Oh, okay. So I just want to submit these, which is pictures and receipts for the vacuum truck and
Are these for everybody, or do you just have one copy of everything? Okay. Why don't we start passing that around down there? Rob, could you just bring it down to Commissioner Caird, and Kat, if you could just pass it, take a look and pass it around, and then when it gets here, you can put it in the record, so.
So there's photos in there. There's a receipt from the land clearer. He cleaned the spillway berm across the top. And then from the vacuum truck, there's pictures of that and receipts for cleaning out the oil water separator and the catch basins. The only other item was the next door neighbor had some concerns about the water on the property. We did meet with him out there. We resubmitted new drawings back to the town on October 8th. And I'm not sure if everybody had a chance to look at those or not, But what we did in the back corner of the property, there was a catch basin, and water kind of came down to a flat area. There was curbing around there, asphalt curbing at one time. The curbing was missing, so in an extreme heavy rain, the water would, some of it would go in the catch basin, some of it would go over. What we're doing now is we're cutting out the corner. We met with Joe Casano out there, cutting out the corner of the asphalt, pitching everything for a positive pitch into that catch basin and pouring in a concrete curb on the tops. So that now traps the water right to that catch basin and it won't go over. He also wanted us to add one extra section of galley to the sections that were on that catch basin, which we did. And the only other item that he wanted was to continue the chain link fence across the back of the property, which we also did and showed on the drawings. He was happy with that. I submitted a new set of drawings to him, made sure he was happy, and then submitted them to the town. And that pretty much cleared up, I think, the outstanding issues that the neighbors had and that the town had.
Okay, Rob, thank you. I know Joe was here last time. I'll say for the record that I took a ride out there the following, I think it was the following day or two afterwards.
Yeah, it was the next day. It was funny.
I saw you all gathered in the back there
Yeah.
and just said hello, and it looked like you guys were working through some stuff. So, engineering, I think someone had a conversation with Joe. Could you just let us know what thoughts he shared with you all, so we can get that on the record, please?
Yes, Jim Grappone, the interim town engineer, had spoke to Rob and Mr. Cusano just to ensure that he was satisfied with everything, and that is our understanding, that he's happy with all the drainage revisions that have been made.
Okay. So just to remind the commission, what we had last time was a concern by the neighbor in the rear there about the issues with drainage, and as Rob outlined, it looks like those have been resolved and addressed to everyone's satisfaction. But with that, we'll open it up to any questions that any member of the commission might have of the applicant at this time. Kat?
The drainage report recommends a 5-year clean out. Is that something that the applicant's willing to actually maintain based on this report?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
You all
Chairman.
set? Okay. Any other questions for a member of the commission before we open it up to public? All right. Let's open it up to public and see what we got.
Okay.
Okay, Rob, thanks.
Thanks.
Any member of the public who'd like to testify in this application at this time, please come up to the podium, give us your name and your address. Going twice. Seeing none. Rob, anything else to add, or are you good? You're gonna just close it out? All right, good idea. All right, is there any objection from any member of the commission to closing this public hearing at this time? Everyone's good, we'll close the public hearing on that, move into our business meeting. Item 10A, mandatory 824 referral to planning and zoning, purchase of properties at 2240 52 Main Street and 60 Center Street, also known as 22 Main Street. The former property owner was the Bank of America. This is MR 569. Alex, good to see you. How
Good to
are
see you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Thank you for accommodating,
course.
getting me on the agenda so quickly. Thank you to Mr. LaValle for working that as well. I appreciate the agreement to put it on so last minute, but there is a slight urgency on this one. So if you don't know, the town is under contract to purchase the former Bank of America property. It's a 4-parcel property, although it's known as one. It's a building, and then there's parking on that building parcel, and there's 3 additional parking spots. Bank of America shut down this facility, I believe it was at least 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, right when COVID happened. It shut it down and it never reopened it, and it never had plans to reopen it. And the town has been in conversations with Bank of America's brokers the last year or so, asking them what they're planning on doing it, what they're doing with it, because we saw it advertised. Our economic development coordinator, Lou Perillo, saw it advertised on LoopNet and some other places, but not publicly where they had a sign up. So we're trying to get some information on it. They told us sit tight and they're going to auction it off at some point in a public way. They did do that, and when I advised the Board of Finance and the Town Council that this building was being auctioned off and spoke with some parking authority members, people really got a little bit nervous because of that parcel has about 83 spots in it, and that's a good chunk of our municipal parking downtown. The other part was, when the bidding started, I received a phone call, and Bank of America asked me to move all the town property off the parking lot, because everybody who was bidding wanted to take it free and clear, which made us a little hesitant. Would we be able to have the apple harvest there? Would we be able to have Music in the Green there? Would we be able to keep our bandstand and the trailer back there? So after all that happened, the Board of Finance authorizes the town council to take out of our undesignated reserve balance up to $3 million. The town council bid $2,001,000 to build a property. The town council was not the highest bidder. We were outbid. However, I don't know the exact reasoning. All I can tell you is I spoke with a broker, and the broker said they care more about, the dollar's not the most important thing always. Sometimes it's also what are they going to do with the property. Bank of America didn't want to, my understanding is, do anything that would upset they're very reputational risk averse. They didn't want anything to happen to that would upset the public who may bank with them, because people are already upset that they shut it down. They have to drive to Cheshire. So right now, we are under contract signed, $200,000 deposit has been sent as of Tuesday, and we're in our due diligence period. At this point, because it is a purchase of property, municipal property, state law requires us to come to this board and either you to bless it or to say it's not a good idea, and it's purely a recommendation for the town council at this point. I will ask you, before I open up to any questions, if there are any, that I did a little bit of homework, and I know that Mr. Sewell is in charge, I believe, is we leading the new POCD, but the current POCD, which is not expired yet and is still in effect, actually does lend support. So if you look at your POCD, Section 6 talks about preserving community assets. The whole downtown is the gem of our community. And if something was to go there, all that parking could be developed as of right. And I don't want to say it would destroy, but it would significantly hamper the downtown community. Your Section 7 is promote sustainability and resiliency, so sustainability for that area. We use that to stage a lot of equipment. That's used to stage pre and post events and things of that nature. Number 8 is to enhance the downtown. So I think that hits it right on the mark. And then number 9 of your POCD is to promote economic development. I can't tell you what is going to be done with the building because nobody knows yet. There's going to be what I presume to be a long cooling off period. So there'll be a lot of stakeholders going to meet and decide, do we sell it? Do we keep it? What do we do to make the best use of the taxpayers' money? But I do know that preserving that parking at this current time absolutely fits your POCD with promoting economic development. Without those parking spots, if they go away, and the Bank of America already terminated the lease, so right now we don't have a municipal lease there. We are actually technically trespassing whoever parks there, would be devastating to all those businesses that are there, and I don't see how they would remain. And that concludes my remarks, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thanks, Alex. Any questions for members of the commission? Commissioner Britton?
Alex, are we aware of any environmental issues with that vacant building? I know it's been vacant for 3 years. Has there been any, inside damage? Have we looked inside to see if there's no running water or it's pooled or it's like going to fall down tomorrow?
We have not. We're in our due diligence. We haven't gotten in yet. We do have a phase 1 environmental. Okay. I haven't seen it. Our town attorney, I believe, has reviewed it, and we're able to get out of the contract based upon that phase 1 if there's something that we can't insure or we don't want to deal with. But as far as property preservation is from a banking standpoint, I have no idea.
Okay. You all set, Rob? Okay. Any other questions for members of the commission?
I just have a quick question. So maybe you kind of already answered this, Alex, and I totally understand the parking, situation and whatnot. So there's, absolutely no, even preliminary plans for hey, way down the road, we might be able to do something, even if it's demolish the building, just add more parking or something like that? Or?
There are absolutely no plans. This all came about within a week and a half, so.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
There was discussions of what we should do, and the agreement, I think, in every board was, we know this is detrimental if we lose the parking.
Yeah.
We know this is a lot of taxpayer money. Let's do what we need to do. Let's secure the downtown, and then let's do what we can to get back as much taxpayer money to the town as possible. I do know, I've had some conversations with some folks. Preliminarily, they would like to remove the drive-through area and like maybe add at least 10 spots that we could do for a very low cost. But as far as that, the building itself, there's no plans whatsoever.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
You all set?
Yep, good.
Any other questions from members of the commission? Okay.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex, yeah. Okay, so we're looking for a motion on item 10A. Commissioner Britton, I believe you have something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to approve the 824 referral to the Planning and Zoning Commission for the purchase of properties at 22, 40, 52 Main Street and 60 Center Street, also known as 22 Main Street Bank of America property, for $2,001,000.
So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second.
A favor? Okay, let me get my second. Commissioner Sewell with a second. Alex asked that we just add to that a favorable.
Yeah, I'll just amend it by adding a favorable recommendation to the town council.
Okay. You okay with that, Jamie?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion, a modified, revised motion, and a second. I believe we satisfied everything that our town manager would like to have satisfied. Is there any discussion on this? Caleb?
Just one point of discussion. For the benefit of the town, they are not making any more land, and so I think that this is definitely a good thing. It's always tough to spend money like this, but we know that it's gonna be there in perpetuity for people that come after us. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to expand our presence and keep development strong in downtown Southington.
Okay. Anything else from anybody? I'll just add to, in full agreement with what Caleb's comments were, is that this is our downtown, and I think we all have a duty to make sure that downtown receives every benefit. It is a significant amount of money, but that said, I mean, it is a significant piece of property in our town, and for that reason, I'll be voting in favor of this. Can you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Sewell?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Carey?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Hammond.
Hammers is a yes. Motion carries 7-0. Good job, Alex. You haven't lost your touch. Have a great night. Item 10B and C and D all pertain to the same application relatively. And we still have a public hearing that hasn't been opened on this one yet. So can we get a motion to table those three items, please?
I make a motion to table items 10B and 10C and 10D.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
Commissioner Ma with a second. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Oh, and I just want to make you aware that we've tabled that application tonight, so we try to put stuff out there as soon as we got a request from the applicant on that one, so we're not going to be doing anything on the Lazy Lane application tonight. Okay. Okay, I see you sitting there, and I don't want you to stay any later than you need to, so. No, well, welcome. As always, item 10E, again, we still have an open public hearing on this one. We'll look for a motion to table on this one.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to table item 10D, nope, 10E and 10F.
F, yep, okay. Motion by Commissioner Britton, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Chaplinsky with a second. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 10G, Robert Blanchett, special permit application for place of worship, subject to 5H1, property located at 1610 West Street, zoned WSB, SPU 705. Do we have a motion on this
I'd like to
one?
make a motion to approve SPU 705.
Okay, we have a motion from Commissioner Coles. Do we have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Keard with a second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I'm very.
Kat, go ahead.
I'm very glad that there was a resolution for the drainage issue. I understand there was some passion around that, and I'm very excited for a continuous, beautiful building that is going to come out of this, so.
Okay. Any other comments?
I'd just like to add the same comments to that, just that not everybody goes back and works with the neighbors, right? And I think that's really important to do, right? Strong neighbors, strong neighborhoods, strong town, so thank you.
Yeah, great. Anyone else? I'll just echo those sentiments as well. You know, this is an example for anybody who's paying attention of how to do it, is that you get together and you talk to each other, reach over the fence, have that conversation. As I said to you all last time, we don't want to, and you don't want us to be the arbitrators of any disputes that might be going on amongst yourselves. But I appreciate the effort that was made and the time that was put into this. I also appreciate the opportunity for our town to host this temple here, and I think that it's a great thing. I'm a little bit concerned with the traffic that occurs on West Street, but I do feel like there's going to be some steps taken by the members of the Sikh temple who are going to try to address it. I believe that they're working in the best interest, and I think that this is a good thing for the town of Southington. With that, can we call the roll, please?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Sewell?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Carey?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Hammersley.
Hammersley's a yes, 7-0. Congratulations. Item 10H, don't leave yet, though. Item 10H, Robert Blanche, site plan application to construct a 7,750 square foot addition to an existing building and demolition of an existing two-story building, property located at 1610 West Street. This is a Sikh temple again. This is zoned at a WSB SPR 1889. I assume that the applicant's already covered this. I think we had you guys talk about this in the public hearing session last meeting. I don't know if you have anything else to add here? No?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay, yep.
Can we just, for the record, can we just add the testimony from the SPU tonight be included into this application?
Yes.
Presentation.
Yeah, yes, what Dave said, we should do that,
Thank
yep, okay. Any discussion from members of the commission? All right, seeing none, can you call the roll, please?
You have a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
I'd
got
like to
ahead of
make a
myself. Can we get a motion on
Mr.
this?
Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve SPR 1889, please.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ma, no? Commissioner Kier, okay,
Just using the mic tonight, it's nice.
I know. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Again, any discussion? Okay, can we call the roll, please?
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Sewell?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Carey?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Hammersley.
Hammersley's a yes, 7-0, motion carries. Nice job. Item 10I, release of an erosion and sedimentation bond in the amount of $7,650, Ion Bank, property located at 376 North Main Street, SPR 1829. Is this ready for action?
Ready for action, Mr. Chairman.
It's ready for action. Is there a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve SPR 1829.
Okay, we have a motion for Commissioner Chaplinsky. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Coles with a second. Any discussion? I'll just say that this is a beautiful building. I mean, compared to what was there with the old burnt-out Ronaldo's building that sat there for like a decade that we were looking at, and I know that we were all excited when they came to us with this, and I'm glad to see that it's come to pass. And let's get a roll call on this one and get it done.
Commissioner Coles?
Yes.
Commissioner Britton?
Yes.
Commissioner Sewell?
Yes.
Commissioner Ma?
Yes.
Commissioner Carey?
Yes.
Commissioner Chaplinsky?
Yes.
And Chair Hammersley.
Hammers is a yes, 7-0. Motion carries. I will, before we move to the next one, I will say I was out past the Evergreen site today, and they were out there with their backhoes taking down that building, so that was earlier today. I'm gonna assume that both the buildings in front are all gone. I don't know, I'll have to go by there tomorrow and take a look at it, but it's awesome when stuff like that
You
happens.
find the town one property at a time.
Yeah, one property at a time, well said. Item 10J, acceptance of Hunter's Lane as a town accepted street, Hunter's Lane S1303. Is this ready for action?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, can we get a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve S number 1303.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Sewell with a second. Any discussion?
Could we just get a little background on this?
Acceptance of Hunter's Lane, yes, that street, it took a little while, but yes, they finally completed the subdivision and we're ready to accept the street. There are a few outstanding items last year that kind of pushed them into the next season, so that's why that they're seeking acceptance at this time.
Okay, so it was just based on the subdivision that we approved a while ago?
Yes, yeah, this job probably started around 9 years ago, and it's just finally completed now. There's one lot that's being developed by a private individual at the end, but all the public improvements are complete, so we're ready to accept it.
Okay, thank you.
So the process is that once it's complete, then the town takes possession of the road. That's why we go through this, and I think the next one is the same thing. So these are projects that have already been approved, and the town it's met the standards of what they consider to be approved enough to take the road. So we have a motion and a second on this one. Can we call it, do we need a roll call on this, or can we just do a voice vote?
You
on it?
can just, voice vote as well.
Okay. Any further discussion from members of the commission? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 10K, acceptance of Oxford Lane and Winchester Drive as town-accepted streets, Winchester Estates S1334. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve S1334, please.
We have a motion, Commissioner Sewell. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Ma with a second. Any discussion? This is the Churchill area? Is that where this one is?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Seeing no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item 10L, reduction of subdivision bond in the amount of $200,000 to maintenance bond in the amount of $30,000, Winchester Estates S1334. Do we have a motion on this?
I'll make a motion to approve S number 1334.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. We approve the reduction of the bond, right? And the classification of the bond is what we're approving, correct?
Yep.
Modify your motion today? You okay with modifying your motion?
I'm okay to modify the motion.
You okay with the second on that?
Yes.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on this. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Administrative items, Dave, you want to talk about any of those? There's nothing there. Oh, okay.
In the memo, there are two items.
Oh, right,
Saved a
okay.
little space on the agenda. But, Mr. Chairman, SPR 1686.5, 99 Executive Boulevard, there is a site plan modification to construct an at-grade patio adjacent to the existing building previously occupied by Chips, and construct a new kitchen sewer service for proposed restaurant. As you can see in the memo, Fire Department approved, Health Department had comments, which we can approve via stipulation. Planning Department was satisfied. Engineering, were you good with that? If there was any outstanding items from either engineering or water, you could approve it with the stip that all staff comments are satisfactorily addressed. That's what we typically do with these.
Okay, so this is the property that Chip's Restaurant used to occupy. It was, I'll use the word subdivided into two different sections. One is a urgent care type of treatment center. The other one is a restaurant. They want to put a patio out there similar to what I believe is out at 110 Grill, which is right next to it. So it would be an outdoor at-grade. It's not going to be elevated or anything like that, but this is like a patio that they can use for outdoor seating and dining. Are there any questions, any objection to having staff handle this administratively?
No.
We all good? Okay, Dave, we trust you.
Great, thank you.
With great power comes great responsibility, though. you know.
And gray hair. All right, so
And one other,
SPR
yeah.
1643.1, it's the second administrative item. It's 254 Queen Street, the car wash. There's a site plan modification to add vacuums, fence, and close the garage bays. Again, Fire Department approved, planning was satisfied, engineering was pending with some minor issues. But again, you can approve it with the stip that all staff comments are satisfactorily addressed. We still, would have a zoning permit required, so it gets a second review by staff even after the first one.
Okay, so this is the Southington Car Wash.
Is this the Russell Speeders car wash? or the
No,
other
it's the
one?
Southington Car Wash. It's the one directly across
Across
from
from Walmart?
Walmart.
Oh, that one,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I thought they already had vacuums on this one.
They do have vacuums.
one
I think
more?
they want to put vacuums by the bays as you're driving in on the left-hand
Got it.
side. They have bays there. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah.
asked for the site plan, which was sent to us later on, if you take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, they just want to add some more vacuums there, so
Makes sense.
I don't believe visible from the street, which is what I was a little bit concerned about.
Sure.
But new ownership there. They just sold it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any questions? Everyone okay with our administrative staff handling this one?
Yes.
I trust those.
Yep.
Any objection? There you go, Dave.
Thank you.
We've doubled your power just in 2 minutes. Okay, is there anything else?
We just received a new application. There is a text amendment for revisions of Section 4 coming up next time.
You got some more. You got some more.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so we have a text amendment coming up. This one was generated by, I believe, Seb Bravino. He's talked about some of this, is opening up some business locations in the downtown area, for example, the second stories for residential use. We'll get information on that going into our next meeting, but it's probably not likely to be heard until the second meeting in November, Dave, at the earliest.
I think you could probably open it on the 5th.
Okay.
It should be right for that. And
Okay.
then, you know, you can hear what they have to say.
Oh,
And there
was-
will be a memo from myself.
Explaining
soon
it. yeah.
Explaining it.
Okay. Okay, anything else before we look for a motion to adjourn? Can we get a motion to adjourn? Commissioner Britton, is there a second?
Second.
Is that you, Tessa? Oh,
Second.
wow, you are active tonight. Okay, any objection? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?